everyone, my name is Areli and I'm starting a new podcast show called The Pivot Point. My mission is to create a safe space for anyone navigating life transitions, whether that be by choice or by circumstance. I'm here to provide a sense of understanding, validation, and connection, offering you the support you need during these moments of change. Some topics and ideas that I want to cover are personal growth and identity, career and purpose, relationships, milestones, and new beginnings. A little bit about me. I have a couple hobbies. I really like changing my hair color. I have had blonde hair, red hair, purple hair, pink hair, blue hair, and a variety of these colors, so like light shades and dark shades. Out of all the colors, I really enjoy having my hair red or pink. I also really like arts and crafts, so I do realistic portraits, and I do commissions on those. I think they turn out quite well. And then I also do watercolor and acrylic paintings. However, those I don't do commissions on because they don't come out looking like what they're supposed to look like, but maybe one day we will get there. I also know how to crochet and knit. I don't really knit much because I think it's a little more difficult for me, but that might have to do with how seasoned I am with crocheting. I've been crocheting since I was in 4th grade. My teacher would teach me during recess time instead of going to recess. So it's been a little on and off, but right now I'm really into it. And currently some projects that I'm working on are 2 sweaters and some ruffle shorts, or some people know them as bloomer shorts, or they look kind of like bloomer shorts. And I'm really excited to finish those projects up. A little bit about my family. I come from a very family-oriented family. So we do a wide range of activities together and we hang out quite often. And my parents also created a very safe space for my siblings and I to confide in them. So I do confide in them with quite a lot of things. And I'm also really close to my older sister. Not the oldest one, but the one that's the second child. We get along quite well. It was a little rocky getting there because when we were teens, we would clash a lot because, well, obviously we were teens, but definitely worth the struggle because right now we're as close as I could probably get to anyone. Some shows that I like are Grey's Anatomy, Supernatural, Money Heist, Breaking Bad, and Z Nation. And some movies that I like are Everything Everywhere All at Once, Words on Bathroom Walls, All the Bright Places, The Half of It, and A Silent Voice. For music, some artists and bands that I like are The Marias, Alice Phoebe Lou, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, Nesa, and Aretmas. And then in Spanish, I really like El Alfa, Plan B, Aventura, Bad Bunny. And then for like soft Spanish music, that was all like reggaeton. But for like soft Spanish music, I like Carla Morrison, Mon Laferte, Kevin Carl, and then I also like Los Retros, Ramona, Boy Pablo, and Cuco. Those are all sort of indie, like Spanish indie. And then some other genres that I really like are Spanish rock and corridos tumbados. On the more personal side of things, I do struggle with some mental health disorders. So I have generalized anxiety disorder and persistent depressive disorder. I'm quite good at managing them because I've been dealing with them as long as I can remember. So I'm really grateful that I have the right coping mechanisms and skills to navigate these. I've also been in therapy since middle school. It's been on and off. Right now I'm off of therapy, but I am looking to get back into therapy sometime soon. I've also tried a handful of meds, and right now I'm on 2 that work really well for me. I didn't start trying them until I was like 18 or 19 years old. So for a long time, like I was really struggling, but upon trying these meds, like it's been revolutionary, kind of life-changing. A little bit about my previous jobs. While in high school, my first job was at a fast food chain, and it was a little too fast-paced for me. I didn't really enjoy my time there because it was my first job and I didn't want to work to begin with. I would tell my parents, like, I don't need money, I don't need a car, I don't need this or that, or all these lavish things. But I'm really grateful that they still pushed me to get a job because I've realized that I can't live a minimalistic life. But yeah, anyways, so my first job was at that fast food chain. Then around the pandemic, I got a job at a retail drugstore. It was a little slower paced, but still fast paced enough to keep me busy. So that I really enjoyed. Then came my senior year, and I was in a co-op class where we would do work instead of school. So I would do like a half day of school, then I would go into work. And I didn't leave my retail job, so I was still working at my retail job. So I would go to school in the morning and get off at like noon or 1, and then 30 minutes after school was over and I was done eating my lunch and stuff, I would go into my warehouse job, and that job would close around 4:30 or 5. So then I would go into my retail job like 5:30 till 10. About 2 months into doing this, I realized that that was a little too much for me, so I did leave the retail job and worked only at the warehouse. Then I graduated and I was taking this online course to get my real estate license and credentials. So I would do that on my free time. And then that fall after I graduated, I got my license and credentials. So I was able to practice in real estate. So I was a real estate agent for a year and 7, 8 months. I can't remember. And it was a long transition out of it because I left around April and my license didn't expire till December. So I would still practice real estate here and there, but I was working full time at the warehouse. I went back to the warehouse, which was a little bit of a hump because I was really worried that people were judging me for going back to an environment where they were all cheering me on to be the best real estate agent out there. But once I was practicing real estate, I realized that that wasn't what I wanted to do long term, so I did leave that job. And I also realized that nobody was judging me as hard as I was judging myself, and that was a very powerful realization. After about 9 months, I left the warehouse job because I got an opportunity at my sister's job where they were hiring for dental receptionists, bilingual dental receptionists. So I did take that job and I've been working there ever since, and it's been like 5 to 6 months now. And I also went back to my retail job at the beginning of this year because at the end of last year I took out a car loan to get a vehicle because mine was a little not the safest to drive. So I did get a car, and I'm really grateful for my warehouse job for being able to get me pre-approved because I was able to get approved for a car loan with a pretty good interest rate for the area that I'm in and with 0% down. So I give myself a big pat on the back for doing that with my credit score. It was really bad, but I was working on getting it up because I was planning on buying a house or a duplex. However, upon my car issues coming up, I did just get a car instead. So I'm holding off on buying a house or a duplex for the moment. A little bit about my equipment. I'm using my phone camera to film for those of you watching, and I have these two LED lights in front of me that are blinding me. And I have this little mic that my friend gifted me a couple months ago because they got it for themselves. However, they realized that the device that you plug into your phone didn't plug into their device because they have like a lightning entrance and I have a USB-C entrance. And I have it clipped onto this Care Bear. I'm not sure what their name is, but they're cute. They're purple, my favorite color. And I'm using a tripod stand that I got at Five Below to prop my phone up. Some of my concerns and worries are that I'm a very slow talker. I think really hard before I speak. I think I have a lot of fear in saying the wrong thing or saying something out of pocket. But I'm really excited to get more comfortable with myself and what I have to say. I'm also very awkward. Like, if you know me in real life, you know that I'm a very awkward person. I'm not sure if that's going to change or not, but it will probably translate to my video, so I thought I'd just put it out there. So if you guys are wondering if I'm awkward, yes, I am. I also worry about my equipment and the quality of my content. Obviously, like, I don't have the best quality equipment. However, I am grateful for what I have, and I'm really excited to upgrade eventually. I've also always been more of a listener than a talker. My friends have always confided in me with issues they're going through or dilemmas they're having, and I've always tried to help them to the best of my ability. So I'm really excited to offer that to you guys if you guys are feeling lonely or misunderstood with the people around you. I also worry about my enunciation of words. I suck at enunciating words correctly, and it takes a lot out of me to take a breath and say what I have to say clearly. But it's been a habit for quite a while, so I'm excited to also perfect my enunciation of words. I will throw out there, I'm not here to be your life coach or therapist. I'm just a girl who's also figuring it out. So think of me as your friend who is just figuring it out as I go. And I will invite you guys to share with me anything that you guys might want me to cover. If there's anything that I talked about myself that sparked some interest or that you would like me to go deeper into, feel free to ask me anything, and if I'm comfortable enough, then I will share with you guys or elaborate on what it is that I talked about. As always, thank you for listening and make it a great day. I'm really excited to go on this journey with you guys.